In this world, there is a legendary land where the mystical, the magical, the majestic, and the fierce forces of nature all converge. In that land, there are places where the sunlight never fades for many months. Whether day or night, the sky always glows with enchanting shades of gold and purple. That land holds colossal cliffs stretching into the air, as if reaching for the deep blue sky. And one cannot forget the world's largest maelstroms, thousands of years old, swirling within these waters. They resemble ancient sea monsters, with violent, spiraling currents ready to devour everything around them. That is Norway, the land of natural wonders that seem to exist only in science fiction films. Norway is where cold and warmth, fierceness and serenity, reality and fantasy all coexist. Take a deep breath and join us on a journey to explore the marvelous beauty of this land. Lofoten Archipelago, Norway. The Lofoten Archipelago lies in northern Norway, just above the Arctic Circle. It is a magnificent chain of islands with steep, rugged terrain, where sharp granite peaks soar up to 1,000 meters from the deep blue sea. They create a captivating contrast between the grandeur of mountains and the softness of the ocean. Scattered among fjords and small bays are quaint fishing villages, marked by traditional red wooden houses nestled along the water's edge. White sandy beaches stretch between the jet-black cliffs. The seawater is crystal clear with visibility to the seabed, making Lofoten one of the most beautiful near-Arctic beach destinations in the world. In the sky, the aurora borealis paints the space with sweeping bands of green and purple light. At the same time, the sea reflects this glow like a giant mirror. The Lofoten Islands are where Arctic nature and the ocean blend into a symphony of ecosystems. On land, The vegetation includes mosses, lichens, and low shrubs such as dwarf willows and blueberries, characteristic of the subarctic region. In summer, green meadows and vibrant wildflowers bloom against a backdrop of sheer mountain cliffs. Beneath the icy water, cold water coral reefs spread like submerged gardens, where Arctic cod come to spawn each year. Humpback and killer whales frequently appear during migration seasons, along with seals and dolphins, adding vibrancy to the marine ecosystem. In the skies, flocks of seagulls, gulls, and endemic species like the Arctic puffin soar along the cliff faces. Lofoten offers travelers both awe-inspiring and poetic experiences. When conquering the Reinebringen Trail, visitors can admire jagged mountain peaks rising sharply like blades toward the sky. In winter, guests can ride sleds pulled by dogs across snow-covered fields while gazing at the dazzling aurora in the night sky. Summer is the ideal season for kayaking through narrow fjords. Staying in seaside wooden cabins called rorbur with local fishermen, visitors can enjoy fresh cod, listen to stories of life between ocean and stone, and feel the slow rhythm of life at the edge of the north. Geirangerfjord. Geirangerfjord is located in the Sunnmøre district, Møre og Romsdal County, western Norway. It is the most famous branch of the Storfjord, stretching about 15 kilometers from the village of Geiranger to the village of Hellesylt. And was recognized as a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site in 2005. Geirangerfjord carries within it the majesty of mountains, the softness of water, and the fragility of mist. Amid the towering cliffs, the crystal-clear water of the fjord flows silently like a deep blue silk ribbon, gentle and mysterious. On the cliffs, tall waterfalls pour down from heights of hundreds of meters. The most remarkable is the cluster of Seven Sisters waterfalls, flowing side by side, with white streams resembling the hair of seven fairies released from the sky. On the opposite side stands a solitary waterfall called the Suitor, considered a lovesick young man who spends his life gazing at the Seven Sisters. In the early morning, when mist covers the fjord, the entire place transforms into a land of dreams. The surrounding area of Geirangerfjord has a temperate vegetation belt stretching from coniferous forests at the mountain foot to alpine meadows over 1,000 meters high. Norwegian pines, poplars, wild grass and green moss form a multi-layered cover, extending from the water's edge to the mountaintops. Geirangerfjord is also home to salmon, seals, sea eagles, forest birds, and wild reindeer. The deep sea within the fjord contains many endemic marine species. Historically, Geiranger was once inhabited by farming communities on the cliffs. The farms were so precariously located that people had to use ropes to move around and transport goods. Today, some old farms like Skagaflo are preserved and have become stopovers for hiking groups. To reach Geirangerfjord, you can travel by cruise ship, car or bus departing from Ålesund or Oslo. The most famous route is Eagle Road, where you can stop at Flydalsjuvet viewpoint to admire the panoramic view of the fjord from above. A cruise trip will take you past the Seven Sisters waterfall system, where 7 foamy streams cascade down the vertical cliffs. You can kayak in the middle of the fjord to feel the smallness of humankind amid the grandeur of nature. For those who love physical activity, the hiking journey to the old Skagaflo farm is an exciting experience. The ideal time to visit Geiranger is from May to September. In winter, snow covers the region, causing many areas to close due to harsh weather conditions. Senja Island. Senja is the second largest island of Norway, located in the Troms region in the northern part of the country. Senja Island is a world apart, where nature still preserves its pristine wilderness. This is where steep cliffs plunge into the cold waters, like giant swords forgotten after an ancient battle. The island is also known as Norway in miniature, for within a short distance you can pass through deep fjords, dense forests and mountain lakes, then reach sea-facing cliffs before stopping at white sandy beaches. Unlike the gentle beauty of Lofoten, Senja bears a rugged and fierce charm. Narrow roads embrace the mountainsides, following the shoreline, where on one side, tower cliffs, and on the other, the ocean with foaming waves. The western side of the island is home to jagged sawtooth-like mountains, with the two peaks Segla and Heston standing out. They rise like natural towers reaching toward the blue sky. When fog creeps through the mountain passes, Senja seems to vanish from reality, dissolving into a vague and mystical dimension. Senja Island stands out with a blend of diverse ecosystems. Along the coast, pine, spruce, and dwarf birch grow right at the water's edge. Higher up, moss, lichens, ferns, and wildflowers cover the rocky ridges. In the tundra, low vegetation survives the harsh climate, forming the basis of life for many animal species. Senja is home to reindeer, Arctic foxes, and white-tailed eagles. Offshore killer whales and humpback whales often appear, especially during migration season. On the towering cliffs, thousands of seagulls, kittiwakes, and puffins nest, making it one of the most remarkable bird-watching spots in northern Europe. Today, Senja still preserves traditional fishing villages with red-painted wooden houses, where residents live closely tied to the sea and continue to uphold age-old traditions. You can reach Senja by flying to Tromsø and then renting a car to cross the Gisen Bridge onto the island, or by taking a ferry from Harstad or Finnsnes. On the island, The Senja National Tourist Route stretches over 100 kilometers, leading you through many impressive landscapes. For example, Geirangerfjord Bay, with its long stretches of white sand beaches beside enchanting turquoise waters. Or Husøy Fishing Village, located on a remote rocky islet, connected to the main island by a narrow bridge. Kayaking through small fjords is a way to get closer to unspoiled nature. While camping along the shore will give you sweeping views of the mountains and drifting mists across the water. The ideal time to visit Senja is from June to August to experience the midnight sun, or from January to March if you want to chase the northern lights. Hardangerfjord. Hardangerfjord is the second longest fjord in Norway. The fjord stretches 179 kilometers from the southwest coast deep into the inland, passing through small towns such as Odda, Ulvik, Lofthus, and Eidfjord. This place is known as the Land of Spring, for in May, apple, pear, and cherry orchards bloom brilliantly on both sides of the fjord, covering the mountain slopes with a fragrant floral carpet. The deep blue, still waters reflect drifting clouds and ancient wooden houses nestled against the cliffs. The entire scenery is peaceful and poetic, like a lacquer painting where colors and light blend in silence. At the eastern headwaters, the Vøringsfossen waterfall plunges down from the majestic Hardangervidda plateau at a height of more than 182 meters. The waterfall is like the breath from the heart of the plateau, merging with the waters of Hardangerfjord below. This combination forms a symphony of two opposing extremes: quiet, peaceful, and fierce, powerful. Hardangerfjord is a place where ecosystem and culture harmonize in a vast space. Along the fjord's shores, fruit orchards intermingle with birch forests, coniferous woods, and temperate wildflower meadows. The valleys of Lofthus and Ulvik are Norway's renowned apple-growing regions. The fjord's waters are home to salmon and dolphins, while on land live deer, foxes, and squirrels. Near waterfalls, Rock falcons and golden eagles often nest on sheer cliffs. Around the Vuringsfossen waterfall, mist lingers all year round, creating humidity for the primeval forest below and nurturing lichens, mosses, and alpine plants. In the 19th century, Vuringsfossen waterfall was praised by Romantic poets as a symbol of wild beauty and the power of nature. Many European painters came here, regarding it as a place where waterfalls whisper to the forests and mountains to seek inspiration. You can reach Hardangerfjord from Bergen by driving along the Hardanger scenic route. In spring, this route is called the most beautiful spring road in Norway, for its scenery filled with blossoms and the green of mountains and forests. Hardangerfjord will bring you many unforgettable experiences. In May, when apple blossoms are in full bloom, you can walk among the orchards along the fjord or paddle a kayak to admire flowers mirrored in the water along with the mountains. A boat trip will take you past ancient wooden houses clinging to cliffs, endless orchards, and snow-covered mountain ranges. When reaching Vuringsfossen waterfall, you can hike up to observation decks to view the falls from above, or step onto the glass bridge at the top to feel a mix of illusion and thrill. Romsdalen Valley, Norway. Romsdalen Valley lies in western Norway, stretching about 60 kilometers along the crystal-clear Rauma River. It is one of the most majestic and impressive valleys in Norway. The valley stands out with towering vertical cliffs, including Trolltunga, the highest vertical rock face in Europe, reaching up to 1,100 meters. Surrounding the valley are magnificent peaks like Romsdalshornet, 1,550 meters, and Stor, Trolltunga, 1,788 meters, with sharp silhouettes and sheer rock walls. The Rauma River meanders through the valley, winding between lush meadows and dense pine forests. During spawning season, one can witness schools of salmon migrating upstream along the Rauma. Waterfalls plunge from high mountain crevices, spraying white foam and creating powerful, resonant sounds. Scattered along the valley are crystal-clear lakes, reflecting the sky and snow-capped mountains, creating poetic scenery. Notably, the Ramabanan Railway runs through the valley, carrying passengers over towering bridges and through mountain tunnels. It is considered one of the most beautiful railway lines in Norway. Romsdalen Valley is a remarkable ecological zone with rich temperate forests. Verdant woods filled with Norwegian spruce, white birch, and vibrant wildflowers bloom in summer. In autumn, the forest transforms into a canvas of golden orange, like a breathtaking oil painting. Red deer move silently through the trees while foxes occasionally dart through the dense foliage. In the skies, the mighty and regal white-tailed eagle soars in search of prey. Romsdalen Valley is a dream destination for mountain and nature lovers. The Romsdalsegen trekking route takes adventurers across sheer cliffs to snowy peaks that remain frozen year-round. From the summit, one can take in the full beauty of Romsdalen Valley. In winter, Nasaksla becomes the perfect spot to witness the northern lights. At that time, the night sky lights up in brilliant shades of green, pink, and purple, as if you're watching a natural light show performed by the heavens. Saltstraumen, Strait. Located near the town of Bodø in northern Norway, Saltstraumen is known as the strait with the strongest tidal current in the world. Every 6 hours, more than 400 million cubic meters of seawater rush through a channel only about 150 meters wide, creating giant whirlpools with diameters of up to 10 meters and depths of around 5 meters. The swirling waters compress immense power, rising and plunging like a giant sea dragon, thrashing about. Under the sunlight, jets of water and white foam burst and blend into a picture that is both fierce and radiant. The sound here is the roaring voice of nature, powerful and untamed, yet irresistibly captivating. From the bridge spanning the strait, visitors can look down and clearly feel the trembling of the ground beneath the swirling water. From afar, Saltstraumen appears as an ancient and untamed force, a testament to the pure power of the Nordic seas. Saltstraumen boasts a remarkably vibrant underwater ecosystem. The strong current carries plankton and nutrients, creating ideal conditions for cod, halibut, herring, and Atlantic wolffish to thrive. Many other marine creatures also flourish, thanks to this abundant food source. Seabirds often appear to hunt here, especially cormorants, white-tailed eagles, and gulls. In Norwegian folklore, Saltstraumen was once considered a crack between the human world and the spirit world. The ancients believed the whirlpools pulled in lost souls and held them with ancient curses. Sailors of old called this place the Dragon's Throat, for the sensation of being swallowed whenever ships entered the swirling waters. From the city of Bodø, it takes only about 30 minutes by car to reach Saltstraumen. The bridge across the strait is the perfect spot to view the panorama from above. If you love speed and thrill, you can join a RIB boat ride, gliding through the whirlpools and feeling the fierce strength of the current below. For fishing enthusiasts, this is one of the best angling spots in the world, where cod, halibut, and coalfish often appear. For professional divers, diving in Saltstraumen unveils a rare underwater scene, with cold water coral reefs, sea cucumbers, starfish, and schools of fish moving rhythmically in the clear blue water. The ideal time to visit is about 1 to 2 hours before, during, and after peak tide, when the current reaches its most impressive strength. From June to September, summer light and mild weather allow you to fully enjoy the beauty of this extraordinary seascape. Preikestolen Cliff. Preikestolen, also known as Pulpit Rock, is located in Rogaland County in southwestern Norway, on the western shore of the Lysefjorden, and rises about 604 meters above sea level. The cliff measures about 25 by 25 meters, with an almost perfect square shape as if carved precisely by an invisible hand. Beneath Preikestolen, the Lysefjord stretches silently, its surface reflecting sunlight into shimmering platinum-like patches. The entire landscape is wrapped in a captivating scene where the lines of mountains and fjord blend into one. Seen from afar, Preikestolen resembles a gigantic stage in the sky, where nature is the director, and humans are the tiny guests. According to ancient Norwegian legend, Preikestolen was the place where trolls gathered to hold meetings and give teachings to future generations. That is why it has the shape of a pulpit. In modern culture, Preikestolen has become a symbol of freedom, adventure, and meditation. It has appeared in many documentaries and even in an action scene in Mission Impossible: Fallout, though in the movie it was set in Kashmir. To reach Preikestolen, you can take a ferry from Stavanger City and then continue by bus to Preikestolen Base Camp. This is the starting point of an approximately 8-kilometer hiking journey. The trail has a moderate slope, passing through lush forests, small streams, clear lakes, and natural granite steps. When you set foot on the cliff, you will stand in a vast open space where the wind blows strongly and the panoramic view of Lysefjorden stretches below. Here, you can capture the majestic scenery, meditate among the clouds, or camp overnight to welcome the sunrise. The best time to conquer Preikestolen is from May to October. In winter, the area is closed due to snow and ice, making the path slippery and dangerous. Devil's Tongue, Trolltunga. Located in southwestern Norway, Trolltunga is a narrow rock ledge about 10 to 15 meters long, jutting out from a cliff at an elevation of 700 meters. The rock ledge seems to hang suspended between the sky and the abyss, without any support beneath it. Trolltunga resembles a giant tongue stretching into the air. Therefore, locals gave the rock a unique nickname, Devil's Tongue. Surrounding the ledge are layers of white clouds drifting by at an altitude of nearly 1,200 meters, making the scenery appear like a surreal painting. Below, the turquoise Ringadalsvatnet Lake spreads wide, encircled by majestic snow-covered mountains and deep valleys. In autumn, the leaves turn into a vibrant orange-yellow, reflecting on the mirror-like lake surface, creating a beauty both warm and tranquil. The area around Trolltunga boasts one of the most diverse ecosystems in Norway. On the mountain slopes, moss, lichens, alpine grasses, and shrubs cover the land throughout summer. Dotted with clusters of purple bellflowers and golden primroses. This is where Europe's largest herd of wild reindeer migrates seasonally. In addition, the area is home to Arctic foxes, snowy owls, and golden eagles. Locals believe that Trolltunga is the tongue of a troll teasing passers-by. According to Norse legend, trolls are giant creatures living in mountains and forests, who turn to stone when exposed to sunlight. In modern life, Trolltunga has become a symbol of the spirit of friluftsliv, valuing connection with nature and enjoying the outdoors, of the Norwegian people. When visiting the Devil's Tongue Trolltunga, you will clearly feel the thrill and awe of standage on a precarious ledge 700 meters above the ground. The ledge is an ideal spot to watch sunrise or sunset. You will witness the crimson sunlight reflecting on the lakes below. The red glow gradually spreads across each mountain range, covering the land, creating a sacred and romantic scene. For an overnight stay, you can camp on the heights and admire the night sky illuminated by thousands of stars. Relax and enjoy the near-absolute silence of the wild nature. The best time to explore the Devil's Tongue, Trolltunga, is from mid-June to early September, when the snow has melted from the hiking trail. Nærøyfjord. Nærøyfjord is located in the Vestland region, near the town of Gudvangen, and is a narrow branch of Sognefjord, the longest fjord in Norway. Since 2005, it has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site thanks to its exceptional landscape and geological value. The journey through Nærøyfjord is like passing through a corridor of time, with cliffs on both sides that are tens of thousands of years old. On the rock faces, many small waterfalls cascade down like silver ribbons, dissolving into the deep blue waters below. The fjord's surface is calm and crystal clear. The only sounds are the gentle dip of paddles in the water, or at times the cry of northern sea eagles echoing in the sky. It is one of the narrowest and most beautiful branches of Sognefjord, famed for its diverse ecosystem and pristine landscape. On the surrounding mountain slopes, primeval forests spread out, interspersed with temperate conifer woods, alpine grasses, and clusters of seasonal wildflowers. This is home to deer, otters, and many migratory birds. Golden eagles often appear on high cliffs, hunting in the waters below. The deep, cold waters of Nærøyfjord are rich in oxygen, providing ideal conditions for salmon, cod, and plankton species. The name Nærøyfjord originates from the ancient Norse god Njord, the god of sea and wind, protector of sailors on their journeys. Small villages such as Bakka and Dirdal are scattered along the fjord, where people live apart from modern life. You can reach Nærøyfjord from Flåm or Gudvangen and choose to travel by boat, kayak, or take the famous Flåm Railway to enjoy the scenery. This area is often included in the Norway in a Nutshell itinerary, a tour combining various means of transport to take you through Norway's most beautiful fjords. When the sun rises, kayaking through thin morning mist becomes a meditative experience, where each stroke blends with your breathing. For a change of perspective, go to Bakka village for a hike. From above, the panoramic view of the fjord unfolds with its deep blue waters, surrounded by forested mountains and white waterfalls plunging down. Jostedalsbreen Glacier. Jostedalsbreen Glacier is located in Vestland County in western Norway. It is the largest glacier in Europe, stretching over 60 kilometers in length. Jostedalsbreen silently crawls through valleys and mountains like a giant silver serpent, carrying within it the breath of thousands of years past. When sunlight touches it, the ice surface reflects shimmering rays like shattered crystal, fragile yet radiant. Deep crevices reveal a deep blue color, a shade of absolute cold that no artificial palette can ever reproduce. Beneath the ice are trickling meltwater streams, bringing the sound of life into the still world. Walking across Jostedalsbreen feels like stepping between two layers of time, the present and the ancient. Here, every step is a rhythm connecting past and existence. Jostedalsbreen possesses a unique habitat. Within its ice masses, certain ancient microorganisms still survive, studied for their ability to adapt to extreme conditions. The glacier's edges form a transitional ecosystem where stone mosses, lichens, and snowgrass begin to grow on newly formed soil. The presence of vegetation signals the environment's recovery after being long covered by ice. The surrounding area is home to deer, Arctic foxes, and martens. On the nearby cliffs, birds of prey such as eagles and falcons soar in search of food. Locals believe Jostedalsbreen is the dwelling place of ancient spirits. A legend tells that the ice once submerged an entire kingdom, turning everything into stone and keeping it in eternal silence. Today, the glacier is not only a natural heritage, but also deeply tied to Norway's history and culture through folklore. To reach Jostedalsbreen, you can start your journey from Sognefjord or Stryn, then continue to famous glacier arms such as Nærøyfjord or Preikestolen. These are ideal access points to begin exploring the largest glacier on the European continent. One of the most memorable experiences is glacier hiking with safety ropes and a guide. Each step leads you deeper into this frozen world. In winter, you can explore ice caves, where the eerie blue light shimmers through layers of transparent ice. Additionally, you can visit the Glacier Information Center to learn about its formation. See scale models, documentaries, and global climate data. Jostedalsbreen is not only a natural wonder, but also a living testament to the Earth's power and continuous transformation. Sognefjord Fjord. Sognefjord Fjord is located in western Norway, stretching across Vestland County and about 200 kilometers northeast of the city of Bergen. Not only is it the longest and deepest fjord in Norway, but it is also one of the most spectacular fjords in the world. The fjord extends 205 kilometers from the North Atlantic Ocean deep into the mainland, with its deepest point reaching 1,308 meters below sea level. The surface of the fjord is calm, like a mirror, perfectly reflecting the sky and mountains as if creating a parallel world. Meanwhile, beneath the sea surface lies a dark abyss where sunlight cannot reach. On both sides of the fjord, massive mountain cliffs rise like natural fortress walls. When the sunset descends, the entire Sognefjord is immersed in shades of purple and orange, glowing like a magnificent oil painting. The vegetation around Sognefjord is highly diverse due to the transition between maritime and alpine climates. Along the coast, evergreen broadleaf forests cover the hillsides, while deeper inland lie forests of pine, spruce, and birch. At higher altitudes, tundra grass endures with resilience. The fauna here is abundant. Sea eagles soar in the sky, while falcons and cormorants hunt in shallow waters. Seals, humpback whales, and dolphins often appear at the fjord's mouth. Fresh water flowing from rivers carries salmon and many other fish, creating a rich food source for predators. Historically, Sognefjord lay along this waterway, which was a trading hub for the Vikings. They called it the Waterway of the Gods, because of its ruggedness and grandeur. There are many ways to explore Sognefjord. Each option offers a different perspective of Norway's longest fjord. You can take a cruise from Bergen to travel along the fjord and visit ancient villages on its shores. Another option is to experience the Flom Railway. The train takes you from sea level up into the mountains, passing waterfalls and green forests. Additionally, you can kayak or take a wooden boat on the fjord if you want to be closer to nature. In summer, you can witness the midnight sun illuminating the waters. Camping by the fjord is also an unforgettable experience. In the early morning, you will be awakened by birdsong and drifting mist over the lake's surface. For adventure lovers, you can explore ice caves and turquoise glaciers near Jostedalsbreen, the largest glacier on the European mainland. The ideal time to visit Sognefjord is from May to September. Winter is suitable for snow hunting journeys, but waterway tours will operate on a limited basis. Jotunheimen Mountains. In central Norway, the mountain range stretches like a forgotten kingdom of Norse legends. Here lie more than 250 peaks higher than 1,900 meters, including Galdhøpiggen, the highest mountain in northern Europe at 2,469 meters. From afar, Jotunheimen appears like a massive fortress rising straight into the sky. Snow covers Jotunheimen year-round, like a cold, white cloak. Meanwhile, the deep valleys between the peaks serve as havens for mist. Glacial lakes shimmer in emerald hues, with waters so clear you can see every pebble on the bottom. On the mountain tops, each gust of wind seems to carry eternal cold, sending shivers to all who behold the majesty of nature. Jotunheimen possesses the distinct ecosystem of a cold climate. On the mountain slopes, mosses, lichens, and hardy grasses blanket the ground. Summer, though short, is still enough for many wildflowers to bloom in radiant colors. This region is home to reindeer, Arctic foxes, lynxes, and golden eagles. Some bird species nest here during summer, such as ptarmigans and snowy owls. The cold, deep lakes in the valleys are habitats for trout. The name Jotunheimen means the home of the giants in Norse mythology. According to legend, this was the land of the giant race opposed to the gods of Asgard. The ancients believed that the enormous, cold, and harsh peaks embodied the strength of these primordial beings. Today, Jotunheimen remains wild and unspoiled, a destination for those seeking to explore the fusion of nature, culture, and Norse mythology. You can drive from Oslo or Bergen to reach the Jotunheimen Mountains. From there, the journey to discover the highest mountains in Northern Europe opens with many unique experiences. The Besegen Ridge trekking route will take you along the mountain spine, between two lakes of different hues, one emerald green, the other turquoise blue. Standing on the summit, the 360-degree panorama around you will be a worthy reward for all your efforts. For an even greater challenge, you can join a guided tour to conquer Galdhøpiggen, the mountain known as the roof of Northern Europe. Along the way, you will cross small wooden bridges spanning glacial streams, where melting ice forms chilling flows. In summer, you can even ski on the snowy slopes to enjoy the refreshing air amid long sunlit days.